Time to end the old school with What Happened on My Universe Mode! It's an Indie Takeover! And it's Wild West themed, as we have Bunkhouse Stampede, a nice old school way to end old school week. We're in Mexico City, Mexico, and we open the show with Bobby Lashley making his non-Royal Rumble debut. He was going one-on-one with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And Lashley started off on offense, both busting the gut and spine of Steamboat. He then gave him a shoulder charge, but was soon reversed and then clotheslined to the outside. On the outside, Ricky Steamboat gave Lashley a kick and then rammed his head into the apron before sending him back into the ring, and in the ring there was a nice side suplex for him. The Dragon tried to slam the Almighty, but it didn't go well, and in the end Bobby Lashley gave him a shoulder charge. He then lifted him above his head with a military press into a power slam, and then a cool looking belly to belly type move. Lashley gave Steamboat an elbow, but that seemed to fire him up. He got a crucifix and then hit his big comeback move, which is just several chops. But Lashley reversed soon after that, gave him a huge delayed suplex, and then followed that up with the spear. Bobby went for the pin and managed to get the win, but after the match, Ricky Steamboat wanted to extend his hand in friendship, and surprisingly, Lashley took it because I don't think he's turned heel on my game yet. Probably should at some point though. On with the next match. And it's women's action as Shayna Bazsler is looking to continue her run of Indie Takeover matches where she destroys female Hall of Famers. First it was Jacqueline, then it was Ivory, now she's going up against Lita. Bazsler wasn't going to let Lita rest. In fact, she wasn't even going to let her finish her entrance as she attacked her from behind as she was posing to the crowd on the second rope. Shayna Bazsler then drove Lita into the mat with a couple of side suplexes and draped her arm over the top rope, locking her in a armbar that you wouldn't get a tap out from because it's illegal. But either way, it was pretty vicious. After that, she put her on her shoulders, but Lita wriggled out and hit her with an elevated DDT. Lita took the advantage, throwing Bazsler into the corner, hitting her with a clothesline and then a reverse DDT. She threw her into the corner once more, but this time Shayna Bazsler caught her with an elbow and gave her a running knee. What then followed was a dirty German suplex, a couple of nice gut-wrench suplexes, and of course the Kirifuda driver, and eventually Lita had to tap out. Bazsler was your winner, and it was another victory over a female Hall of Famer for the Queen of Spades. She celebrated, and we won't find out who's next for a bit, but instead it's tag team action now. Breezango, Tyler Breeze, Fandango, the Fashion Police, whatever you want to call them, they were going 2-on-2 with Otis, Dozovic, Tucker Knight. It's heavy machinery. The match began with Otis running straight into Tyler Breeze and giving him a big suplex. He tagged into Tucker Knight. We got some double teamness with them ramming their bellies into Tyler Breeze's head, and then it was Snake Eyes on the top rope from Tucker Knight to Tyler Breeze. Breeze reversed out at some point and carried Tucker Knight over to his corner. He tagged into Fandango and we got some double teamness from them too. A double knee to the head of Tucker Knight. Fandango threw him to the ropes, gave him a back elbow and then a knee to the arm. Fandango looked like he wanted to finish it. He hit a spinning heel kick and went for his top rope leg drop, but Tucker Knight moved out the way, gave him a clothesline and a squash splash in the corner, tagged into Otis. We got some more double teamness with a double back body drop. Dozovic dropped Dango with a sidewalk slam, put him in the corner, gave him a corner attack, and then Fandango laid on the floor ready for the caterpillar elbow to be hit. We almost got some more double teamness from Heavy Machinery after that, but Fandango reversed, and then we got a nice series of reversals which all ended with Fandango hitting his spinning heel kick once more. He tagged into Tyler Breeze. We got some more double teamness from them instead. Tyler Breeze threw him into the corner and gave him a running forearm. Tyler Breeze drilled Otis Dozovic down with the unprettier. He went for the pin, but Tucker Knight saved the day. After that, Tyler Breeze went for some sort of jumping move. Doesn't matter. Otis caught him, gave him a huge side breaker. Dozovic was not done with his dancing elbow drops. He hit another one, different dance moves this time. Tagged into Tucker Knight. More double teamers as we hit the compactor, and then it was pinfall time. 1, 2, 3. Heavy Machinery victorious once again. Our next match was kind of set up on the last Indie Takeover, as Bryan Danielson, who was supposed to be making his entrance at the time in the first match, was attacked in the entrance by the United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne, and now they were actually going to have a match, and this time it was Extreme Rules. Danielson started giving a punch and a kick to Pete Dunne. He then gave him a snap suplex and a Northern Light suplex before going for a snapmare. Pete Dunne reversed that one though and gave him a huge knee to the face. Dunne drove Danielson's head into the mat with a sit-out tombstone, then lifted him up for a suplex into a powerbomb. He rolled to the outside of the ring and went looking under the ring for some weaponry. He grabbed a chair, but Danielson was ready afterwards and grabbed the chair off him, giving him a side suplex on the outside. Bryan Danielson dropped Pete Dunne head first onto the apron but went for another move, and Pete Dunne reversed, put Danielson in the ring and didn't forget the chair because he came in and gave him a couple of nasty chair shots and threw him head first into the chair, which was propped into the corner. Next for Pete Dunne was the X-Plex. He hit that, went for a punch, but Bryan Danielson caught it, reversed, and then locked in his cattle mutilation submission hold. Eventually though, Pete Dunne did get out of it, but that didn't stop Danielson hitting a dirty German suplex on Pete Dunne after he went to the outside this time, grabbed a table from under the ring. As he brought it in the ring though, Dunne was waiting with a clothesline. He grabbed the table, but Danielson grabbed it back, and as he put it down, Pete Dunne wailed on him with a huge forearm that busted him wide open. Next came the bitter end, and next came a win for Pete Dunne. But after the match, Danielson seemed to no-sell the move, and he seemed quite frustrated also. Dunne walked off, and Danielson gave the referee a punch for good measure. Next up, we were seeing some possible BCW action as Cole Quinn, the former Mr. CQ, was going one-on-one with Pete Dunne's British Strong Style teammate Tyler Bate. Quinn started with the offense in this match, giving Tyler Bate a full forward suplex. It was kind of like a half suplex because he lifted him and then looked like he gave up halfway through. He threw Tyler Bate into the corner, gave him a corner attack to the back, and then locked in a nice looking ankle lock, despite the fact that it looked like he was going to do a figure four leg lock to start with. Eventually though, Tyler Bate rolled through and then ran up and hit a Hurricane Rana on Cole Quinn. Bate followed that up with a double underhook suplex, a Rampage DDT and an Enziguri. Tyler Bate then hit a beautiful Northern Light suplex, a Hurricane Runner off the top rope, and then a rolling kick right to the face of Cole Quinn, which busted him open. After that, it was just a Tyler Driver 97 to be hit, which he did, and a win for Tyler Bate. He waved to the crowd as we moved on to our semi-final match of the evening. And it was the only title match of the evening, as Kiss's own Gene Simmons was challenging the leader of the free world, President Donald Trump, for the Celebrity Deathmatch Championship. The match began with Simmons grabbing Trump, going for a slam, and then going for a fall-away slam to be exact. He lifted him over his head, but Donald Trump landed on his feet and gave him a clothesline to the back of the head. He then gave him a bulldog and a big DDT. This all caught up with Trump a little bit later though, as Gene Simmons finally hit that slam he wanted to do. It turns out it was a full forward slam. He gave Trump some knees to the gut and a knee lift before throwing him into the corner and giving him a corner attack to the back. Gene Simmons choked Donald Trump on the top rope, went for a kick, but Donald Trump dodged and instead hit Simmons with a huge powerbomb. He sent the Kiss frontman to the outside and then threw him into the steel steps before putting him down with a Lou Thesz press, pounding on his head. The Demon was not done yet. He gave Donald Trump a big boot, a big bulldog, threw him into the steel steps and gave him a Russian leg sweep on the concrete floor. He went for a kick after that, but Donald Trump caught that leg and hit him with a dragon screw. Trump then gave Gene Simmons a big stone cold stunner, went for the pin, and Donald Trump was still your Celebrity Deathmatch champion. He went back over his wall, back to America after that, onto our main event, and this was a grudge match as El Mago, the hometown hero, was facing off one more time against Baron Blade after 2 demoralizing defeats. This time it was in a steel cage. And it was El Mago immediately on the offense, hitting a drop kick to the knees of Baron Blade. He then followed up with a trifecta of suplexes, hitting those 3 amigos, and then a stunning springboard wheelbarrow bulldog. El Mago's momentum was stopped then by Baron Blade with a swift punch. Blade then hit a snap suplex, a big backbreaker, and a nasty looking DDT. Baron was clearly confident, doing a big flashy leg drop, but after that he was reversed out with a back body drop by El Mago. Mago then gave him a big spinning heel kick and a signature slide. He hit a punch to Baron Blade, but that woke Baron Blade up. He hit a Northern Light suplex and a lovely standing drop kick, putting El Mago's head into the corner several times, but one too many times. El Mago stopped it, hit him in the gut, and then threw him into the corner instead. El Mago gave Baron Blade a knee to the back, then slingshotted him into the steel cage, the first time it's actually been used in the match. After dropping him on the top rope with snake eyes, El Mago hit a 054 and started climbing the cage. And by the time Baron Blade had eventually got to his feet, it was too late. El Mago was soon to drop to the floor and have the bell rung. The match was over. El Mago was victorious and finally got his win over Baron Blade. That's it for another What Happened on My Universe mode. Like and subscribe. Raw next.